Exit is a 2003 Hitchhiker 52 designed and built by John Hitch in Yamba. She's a unique adventure catamaran and is now available for sale in Sydney.
Hi, I'm Phil Fontaine and today we're on the lovely Sydney Harbour, and on behalf of Multi-Hull Central I'd like to introduce another catamaran to you. This is Exit. Exit is a Hitchhiker 52-foot sailing catamaran with quite a distinctive and unusual rig. She runs with twin genoas and a staysail, and I'll walk you through that more in a moment when we're back on board, but we'll now take you for a little drive around the boat so you get a good visual on it. So Exit is a great passage maker. It's not a sort of boat that you'd be racing around the Cairns on twilight racing, although she's perfectly good to sail on Sydney Harbour. It's really designed to be an open water passage making boat. Exit would be absolutely fantastic for a couple or pair of couples to be sailing around the Pacific up to the Whitsundays and so on. The current owner has sailed her to and from New Zealand, to and from Lord Howe, to and from the Whitsundays, and the boat performs magnificently in seaway of all kinds. I'll talk to you about powering the boat later, but there are dual Yanmar D-Torque 50 horsepower outboards. All right, well, welcome aboard Exit. We'll show you through the back of the boat to start with. It's a really large, beamy cockpit. The cabin in itself is a pod design, i.e. you don't go down into the hulls. You have all of your living space between the hulls, and we'll show you inside when we get there. But let's just start with this cockpit. It is a significant space. There's several outdoor furniture seating positions. We have a auxiliary fuel tank in the portside locker here. The day shore power connections are here. The elevated helm position, from which we'll show you in a moment the view, but it is pretty significant. And all of the lines, except for the winches that control the raising and lowering of the dagger boards, everything is centered around this pedestal position here. So we've got 9 winches in total. There are a number of spare lines and warps and so on that are all stored in here. But really, the whole management of the boat is from this part of the cockpit. We have the tiller steering, we have the engine controls, we have the navigation and light systems, we have the winches, including the electric center winch. We have all of the engine controls, which will pan through, but all of your sailing control mechanisms are here. Exit is equipped for all of the ocean passage type work, life raft, significant fuel bladder systems. They're aeronautical grade. There's 380 odd litres of diesel, plus the 100 litres of auxiliary, plus water maker and so on, which we'll show you inside. The Magma single burner barbecue on the transom of the boat. The retractable daggerboard system is all controlled from here with these little jam cleats. This access is important, safety is as well. So we've got all of our lifelines, pulpit and pushpit set up for as you're moving around the boat, and permanently run lifelines, jack lines as well. So you've probably seen at the start of the video, Exit is an unusual boat in the design of the rigging. It's a Tempo Spar aluminium mast, but there's no mainsail, there's no boom. And actually, it makes it a very safe boat to sail. There's no risk of accidental capsize through overpowered mainsail, no crash jibing, etc. If you accidentally jibe, your genoas just simply flake to the other side of the boat. There's no risk there. We have 2 large genoas, which can be used as a pair or in single, with also then a staysail through the middle of the boat, which helps as we're sailing more upwind or in stronger wind conditions. As we transition from the cockpit into the cabin itself, the first area that we walk through is the navigation and control systems. Up here, we'll show, and we'll take you footage throughout, but up here are the life jackets. We've got 2 fire extinguishers and the EPIRB, the VHF, the Raymarine plotter, the 2 portable 2-way radios, all of the electrical control systems, including the master batteries. Underneath here, we have the lithium house battery system, and on this side, the AGM battery system. Obviously the chart desk. This whole area tends to serve not only as practical and comfortable seating, but also as an additional bunk perhaps while you're underway for the master or the navigator of the boat. All right, well, here we are in the salon section of Exit, which adjoins the galley. Comfortable sitting area, lounge for reclining, but also folds out and provides additional bedding when it's required. The television and monitoring system, iPad system and so on, also supporting the entertainment sound system, which has got speakers in the boat and in the cockpit. We spoke about the cameras that are overlooking the two engine bays, and there is a forward-facing camera here as well. Plenty of ventilation, but we've only got one of the two hatches open, and the boat is really quite well aired out. We're in hot, humid Sydney, February at the moment. In the forward of the salon, effectively, is the Catamaran 12-volt water making system as well. This is where it's located. All right, well, here we are in Exit's galley. You can see that there's a significant amount of light, huge amount of natural ventilation, 1.5 dual sinks, great serving and general eating and preparation benches. We have a 2-burner gas oven and stove, plenty of storage and miles of it underneath. The salt water and freshwater pumps are located just in behind the refrigeration system here. We have freezing and refrigeration components. This is an air-cooled system. From the galley, behind this sliding hatch, is our windlass system. So all of the anchoring, there are 3 anchors on board Exit, but for the main anchoring system and chain is all controlled via this windlass, which obviously is electric foot powered. So you're releasing here to drop and retrieve via the foot pedestal. There's a bridle system, as you would expect on all catamarans. There is supplementary water tank here. I have it in the inventory, but I have a memory of that being approximately 90 litres. Additional fenders and lines are also stored here. So it's a significant storage area that is accessed via the hatch on the bow. From the elevated helming position, all of your controls are here. We obviously have our tiller bar, tiller steering system. There's an autopilot system that runs with this. So like most yachts under passage, you're on autopilot mode. Engine controls are here, trims for the engines are here. Very strong, sturdy stainless steel davit system. It can handle almost any size tender that you wish to mount here, all raised and lowered via the winches, etc. From here you can see that you've really got a very good view of the 4 corners of Exit, the 2 bows all around the boat. Above the helming position here, the roof is actually the 3 elevated solar panels with 4 more on the top of the the cockpit roof. That and the breeze air generator are providing all of the electricity charging requirements on board Exit. All right, well, here I am in the starboard of the 2 cabins, the starboard side cabins. There are 2, both port and starboard, equal size, with large queen size beds. The mattresses have actually been designed so that you can fold them up to provide easy access. There is ample storage below the beds themselves. In a moment, what I'll do is I'll open up the pods and show you where the first of the 2 engines is stored. But the point to being in here is a significant amount of height, an awful lot of light. They're solar vented as well. There's room for additional furnishings. You can make them into whatever type of cabin you wish. Portside cabin is a repeat of the starboard. It's simple as that. Again, there's a significant amount of space, a lot of light, and I will open up and show you the pods in a moment. All right, well, here I am looking inside the port side engine pod. It's hard to give you a good angle view of that, but there we are. The Yanmar Detox, and we'll talk about the outboard separately. The main point is that you don't need to regularly access through this access panel. You have camera system mounted in both cabins, and I'll talk about the cameras for viewing as we move through the vessel. The point that I forgot to make, whilst the engine pods are actually located in both of the main cabins, the way that they are soundproofed and the fact that they're diesel outboard versus diesel regular inboard motors, there's less vibration and there's less noise. I've actually been on board with the owner and we've sailed offshore, and I've been quite impressed with the level of acoustic comfort. The other part that I find interesting on Exit, you'll note that everything comes back, all the load bearing comes to this significant center point with the mast directly overhead. This is the structural significance of the boat. The first area, as we enter in past the navigation area, the first area to the right is the bathroom. It's virtually a full-size domestic bathroom. There's a standard regular toilet pan and cistern, wash basin, telephone shower setup with encased pan for collecting the water. The black water tank is in the floor underneath the toilet pan. via an external gas bottle, which is located outside in the cockpit. The hot tap hot water system, as you can see on the wall, provides all the hot water into the boat. It's really a very comfortable setup.
For more information on Exit or to arrange a personal inspection, please follow the link to contact me.